Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Israel Scripture TV. I want to come to you with a very sensitive topic: sex trafficking, human trafficking, and sexual assaults. First of all, my prayers to those who have been victims or who are victims of sexual assault, sex trafficking, and human trafficking, both men and women and children. Sexual assault is when someone intentionally sexually touches another person without that person's consent, or physically forces that person to participate in a sexual act. The Bible speaks against people who commit such evil. The Bible even says that if anyone forces someone to lie with them, in Deuteronomy in the 22nd chapter, the 25th verse, that they should put to death. Deuteronomy in the 22nd chapter, the 25th verse, says that a man forces a woman to lie with him should be put to death. But the scriptures also has compassion upon those who have been sexually abused, and even those who are perpetrators, because in some cases, people who have sexually abused others, they themselves were sexually abused by another. There is a national hotline that provides resources to brothers and sisters who have been sexually assaulted and who have suffered from being human trafficked. You can call 1-800-656-4673. That's 1-800-656-4673. Now, this culture of sexual assault and human trafficking did not begin in America today. It did not begin in America 20 years ago. It did not begin in America 30 years ago. It began in the transatlantic slave trade, when the Europeans brought blacks from Africa in the holds of slave ships, and they tampered with their sexual organs, both men, women, and children. They even called the women belly warmers. They sexually assaulted the slaves. They sexually assaulted the black men, the black women, and the children. And that was when human trafficking began. That was when sex trafficking began. They even used the black man and the black woman to breed more slaves. That was human trafficking. So this culture of sexual assault and human trafficking that exists today has its roots in what the Europeans committed towards black Americans. And this is unacceptable. This has traumatized this nation. This has traumatized people, and there needs to be healing. And I want to present to brothers and sisters who have been sexually assaulted and sexually violated to get counseling, to pray and meditate in the scriptures, and to reach out to the national hotline for rape, sexual assault victims, 1-800-656-4673. You can also reach out to the conflict resolution, what we offer as well for counseling and resources, at 800-592-8213, 800-592-8213, to get counseling and resources to help you heal from being sexually traumatized, sexually abused. And no one deserves to be raped. No one deserves to be sexually assaulted. It is not your fault. And you don't have to live with being traumatized for the rest of your life. You can be healed. You can be delivered. We speak out against this culture of human trafficking. We speak out against this culture of sex trafficking. And we rebuke everybody who practices and perpetrates this behavior. It is not biblical. It is unholy for any man to force himself upon a woman without her consent. It is not biblical. It is unholy for any woman to force herself upon a man without his consent. Women, be aware of your environment. Be careful of the environment that you're in, for there are people out there who seek to prey on defenseless women. So be aware of your environment. Men, protect your women, protect your children. Be careful where you go, and just be aware of the environment that you're in. And always be watchful of your family and loved ones. And let us come together as a community to prevent these sexual assaults. Love you, family, and I'm praying for you all. Shalom.